Resins are accumulated sun energy, mostly appearing in larger plants, such as trees. They help the plant to cope with different temperatures, for example. In a sense, they are insulating thermoprotectors, you can say. And the oils work on all levels of the human physiology. It is not surprising that the oldest tree species found on Earth is a pine tree. It's called bristlecone pine or Pinus longeva, surviving under the ice-cold winds and snows in the high mountains of eastern California. Think of the resin and its thermoprotector shields. The extreme northern and southern hemisphere are covered by large conifer forests. They give us the semi-resinous oils from the needles and the resin-charged twigs, so full of vital immune stimulant compounds. Here, for example, black spruce in Canada. Its essential oil is full of monoterpenes, which are the basic building blocks of aroma biochemistry, always present in the resins. A powerful helper to quickly kick up an adrenal response on the kidneys against the cold or exhaustion, for example.
Now we're just about to head down into the sections where they're actively cutting and gathering the black spruce.
All conifer trees exude resins to quite some degree. Pine resin is called the gold of the north, and amber is fossilized, petrified resin originating from pine trees some 50 million years ago. Amber is popular in pieces of jewelry and also esteemed for its power to withdraw nausea from the body. The amber stone is regarded as holy by the North American Indians as well by the population of India. It absorbs negative energies and supports the self-healing process when put on the disharmonious or hurting parts of the body. Its glorious golden color reflection is connected with the navel chakra and is able to revitalize the energies of all inner organs. Since the Middle Ages, pine resin was used for fumigation and disinfection. It is said to transform vital energy into unconditional love, to reconnect the lower self with the higher self. The ancient Egyptians used cedar resin as an important component for mummification, cosmetics and perfumery. The cedar objects of the sarcophagus of the Egyptian pharaoh Tutankhamun were in surprisingly good condition and still carried its wonderful fine scent. The Egyptians also made furniture from cedarwood because of its antiseptic effects. The antiseptic ingredients, also of the essential oil, repel woodworms and other insects. Among the famous druids, the forest priests of the Celts, a cup of cedar resin was regarded as the cup of life.
Das ist kein Shuttle. Nee. Nee, leider nicht. Ich würde jetzt gerne Ja sagen, aber es ist wirklich nicht.
Was ist das für ein Öl?
Abwärtszähler.
Ablasszeder?
Das ist jetzt schon das.
Ach, das ist.
كان شي كاسبين اليوم
لحية واحد قرعة الدجاج باش نقلبوه باش تقلب الزيت قرعة الدجاج Wasser, das ist doch das, was du sagtest, was das Gute ist.
Ja, und dann
Das sinkt nach unten ab.
und das, was oben fließt, ist Öl und das, was oben raus ist, oder Himalaya. Also das.
Das sind natürlich
Ja, da ist jetzt viel Öl.
Da ist viel Öl drin.
Das ist jetzt
Aber
mehr,
relativ
ja, das ist oben abgeschöpft. Meistens ja Öl jetzt.
Wow.
So, hier haben wir schon bessere.
Ist das viel wert, so Öl? Zedernöl ist recht günstig, aber
Even rock rose, cistus, develops resinous compounds on its leaves in order to protect itself against the sun and at the same time prevent water loss through evaporation. The cistus variety with its pink-colored blossoms from Creta, in Greece, is not the one that is used for distillation for creating essential oils, but rather for the Labdanum resin. The essential oil from the Cistus ladaniferus plant is usually produced in Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. On a hot summer day, one can smell the intense scent spread by the shrub's resinous compounds stored in its leaves. Cistus ladaniferus is the species whose sticky leaves have been used for thousands of years to produce this Labdanum resin, regarded as a wonderful panacea. In those times, people scraped the resin from the fur of goats or sheep having grazed among the rock roses. The shepherd then collected the resin from the fur and sold the resinous substance to coastal traders. The fake beards which the pharaohs wore in ancient Egypt were in fact the Labdanum-soaked hair of the animals. For the ancients, resins were sacred. They were used constantly for healing, especially for wound healing, but more so for ritual fumigations to attract the attention of the gods, who were considered to love fragrances from plants. Scent, in the old understanding of our ancestors, was that medium which was linked to the subtle realms of creation, where matter becomes invisible and opens itself up to the hidden forces of the universe. That is what Rudolf Steiner, the founder of anthroposophy, explained when he said that resins are a kind of armor for the plant and a way to keep the plant's connection with the finer strata of creation alive. When their oils are used by us, they have influences on many levels, explains Rudolf Steiner. For example, they favor milk production in the mother, and when the powdered resin or oil is absorbed via the milk by the infant, it helps for the development of the child's brain. And in adults, it clears mental functioning. A tree does not have automatically essential oils or resins. They are the results of this long labor of evolution through endless corridors of time. The stronger impulse of the heat element, or as the alchemists would say, the sulfur principle, has first to make its dominant appearance in the plant kingdom. And this happens in principle from the top, the flower, or the reproductive organ of the plant, and then from here it gets directed into the other organs. And this can be the leaves, the wood, with its resins, the bark, the root, etc. Definitely the wood is not hot by itself, but the flowers are. According to biologists, the flower is the hottest organ of the plant. It makes sense, and then sulfur located in the flower can penetrate deeper into the structure of the plant and imbibe it with its fire and maybe with its essential oil and resin. Again, as Rudolf Steiner used to say, in the rosewood the wood starts to blossom, and this blossoming wood expresses itself so beautifully in the wonderful rosewood essential oil. Or, as explained by anthroposophy again, plants form the gum in their inner warmth, and this, under certain conditions, is a powerful means of healing. Thus, the sap carries the plant upwards, the leaves give the plant life, and then the leaves and the blossoms, by their warmth, produce the gum which reacts on the warmth. So we can say, let the cosmic fire, or Agni in Sanskrit, the fire of cosmic light, do its trick in the plant kingdom and allow this amazing transformation into resins and essential oils to revitalize our energies with the ojas, Ayurvedic term for subtle energy in the body from the radiance of the universal spirit of life.